The owner of OnlyFans paid himself $631 million as subscriptions rise. I want to talk about this and more on Uncensored with Brittni De La Mora, so stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in to Uncensored with Brittni De La Mora, where I share culturally relevant topics, mostly pertaining to sexuality from a Christian perspective. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you won't miss any of the videos that I have coming your way. If you're a returner, welcome back. Thanks for coming back to yet another video. I was on the internet today and I couldn't help but notice all of these headlines. And these headlines were saying things like, OnlyFans has figured out the best porn business on the internet. OnlyFans is being praised on the internet these last couple of days. Owner of OnlyFans was paid $631 million as subscription numbers rise. OnlyFans owner has made $1 billion in dividends since 2021. And this one I thought was funny. OnlyFans has a lot of fans, and that is true. OnlyFans has a lot of fans, and the world is glorifying it. But we're Christians, and we are not of the world. We are just in this world, and so we should not live by the customs of this world. Today, I'm going to be walking you through some of the article that was on BBC, which says that the owner, his name is Leonid Radvinsky. He's the owner of OnlyFans. He paid himself $631 million over a period of almost 2 years as traffic on the online platform continues to increase. It says that almost 1 million new content creators and more than 50 million new fans signed up to the platform during the year, which was an increase of 29%, the company said. The content creators in totality brought in $6.6 billion, and OnlyFans takes a cut of 20% of their money, and that is a lot of money. And it's insane to me the amount of people that are just jumping on OnlyFans. They've basically created they brought together two of the most popular worlds. A lot of people love social media, and a lot of people, unfortunately, love porn, or even if they don't love it, they're addicted to it and they dabble in it. And they've brought together those two worlds and created a platform that is clearly doing really well. And so I just wanted to bring this Christian perspective to all of this, because it could be so tempting to see how much money these people are making, how much money these content creators are bringing in, which honestly, it baffles me, because I feel like every time I see a news article about whether it's a teacher getting fired for joining OnlyFans or whatever it may be, it's always saying that they are in the top 1%. And I'm always kind of confused by that, because I'm like, how is everyone that's coming out a part of the 1%? Like, how many people are actually a part of the 1%? It seems like the news stories are almost planted to try to get more people to come on to OnlyFans. The last time I heard, when I was on the Dr. Phil show with my husband, the average user was only bringing in about $150. I actually had a connection with OnlyFans back in 2018. I was not in the adult film industry, but I was at the AVN Awards, and I was talking to performers and consumers about Jesus. And I had a girl come up to me that I knew from when I was in the industry, and she called me by my stage name and said, "Oh, are you back?" And I'm like, "No." And she goes, "Oh, do you still create content?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I do create content, but it's Christian content." She goes, "Oh, okay, well, do you post bikini photos? And I'm like, no, I don't do that. She's like, do you post like some kind of sexy photos? And I'm like, no, I don't. She goes, oh, well, you're a content creator and the platform is, there's this new platform and it's for everyone. It's not just for people that post sexy photos. And I was like, okay, tell me about it. She goes, well, I'll give you $100 if you sign up. And the first 3 years of my marriage were rough. So when I was like, cool, I can make $100, all I have to do is sign up. I don't have to do anything. So I created an account. This was back in 2018, and I was posting Jesus content, and I think I made like $40 off of it. But I got really convicted because God was like, this is clearly an adult website. Avoid even the appearance of evil. You need to get off of it. So I got off of it. But that's when I first encountered OnlyFans, and that's how they got their start. They were showing up at the conventions and they were paying the adult performers $100 to create an account. And these creators are they're creating on this platform and then going and paying 20%. And so that's why the owner is being praised for making this much money. So let's share this Christian perspective. One of my favorite verses is found in Matthew 16:26. It really ministered to me when I was coming out of the adult film industry. And it says this, and what do you benefit if you gain the whole world but lose your own soul? Is anything worth more than your soul? That is such a thought-provoking question, because we can look at the times that we're living in and see that groceries have quadrupled and gas has just skyrocketed, and purchasing a home is so unobtainable for so many currently in the times that we're living in. And then we see these news articles, many of which I do believe are planted, and we think, wow, I should just jump on this adult paid subscription site, and I should start making money so I can provide for my family, so that I can buy all the things that I want to buy, so I can get out of the financial struggle that I'm in. But when you really sit and think about Jesus's words, when you really sit and ask yourself this question, what do you gain? What do you benefit if you gain the whole world but you lose your soul? Is anything worth more than my soul? Is it really worth it to live comfortable for maybe the next 50, 60, 70 years of my life, but then I die and I don't get to be in heaven with my Creator because I've lost my soul? Or is it worth it to sell myself on OnlyFans and create this comfortable life, yet I'm now all of a sudden depressed and anxious and I'm miserable? Why? Because Satan gives you a contract. He says, hey, sign this contract, jump on OnlyFans, and I'll give you a lot of money, but there's fine print that I'm not going to tell you about. And the fine print is that what the Bible teaches is that the wages of sin is death. So the fine print is that now that you're on OnlyFans and you're selling yourself, and maybe you're just doing solos, or maybe you're sleeping with other people, and now all of a sudden Satan says, here's the fine print. I'm going to throw at you the spirit of depression. I'm going to throw at you the spirit of fear. I'm going to rob all peace from you. I'm going to take it all away. And I'm not going to allow you to feel comfortable in your comfort, right? You have this financial comfort, but you have this longing in your soul for something more. Why? Because there is a cross-shaped hole in all of our hearts that only Jesus can fill. And so, yes, you might gain the whole world, but you're going to lose your soul. You may end up in the mental institution. I know I did. I know many other performers that have. Satan may throw addiction your way. So yes, you're making all this money, but all your money is going to your drugs or to your spending habits because you are consumed with materialism. So you got to have the nicest cars. You got to have, and then your money's gone at the end of the day. See, it's funny because people think about how much money I made, which isn't as much as a lot of these content creators are making. And I did make a lot of money. I made, on average 30 grand a month. And that was back in 2007, 2008. And people will do the math and they're like, how do you not have any money from that line of work? Well, because Satan had fine print. The fine print was that I was going to be a full-blown drug addict. The fine print that was that he was going to send a pimp into my life, and I was going to be so lonely and so starved for attention that I would accept quote unquote love wherever I could get it. See, sin always comes with fine print. Sin always comes with friends, and those friends are out to steal, kill, and destroy your life. But Jesus is the only one who comes to give you life and life abundantly. So if you want your soul to overflow, if you want to have peace in life, if you want to have joy in life, it doesn't come from having $1 million in your bank account. It does not. I know many people that are millionaires. In fact, when I did escorting, I met a lot of millionaires. And guess what? They were doing lines of coke. Why? Because they were miserable and they were trying to numb their pain. Just because you have a large bank account does not mean that you are going to be happy, because only Jesus can fill your soul. And so if you are struggling with corn, or if you are selling yourself on OnlyFans or considering, I want you to really ponder the question that is found in Matthew 16. I might have said 18 because I don't have my glasses. It is Matthew 16:26. And it says this: and what do you benefit if you gain the whole world but lose your soul? Ask yourself this question quietly. Is anything worth more than my soul? Really? Is anything worth more than peace? Is anything worth more than joy? Is anything worth more than love? Because Satan will steal all of those things from you if you start living a life full of sin. It's just going to happen. And I'm here to give you that wisdom because I've lived that life. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to pray for you if you're struggling with porn, if you have a subscription to OnlyFans, and if you're selling yourself on there. I'm going to pray for you because I believe that God is calling you. If you are watching this video, He is calling you to live a life of purity, because blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. And God wants you to see Him moving in every area of your life. So, Father, I lift up every person that is struggling with corn, God. There are so many people that they don't want to be watching it, God, but they've become a slave to their addiction. They've become a slave to sin, Lord. And I pray for their freedom, God. I pray that you would break that bondage off of them right now under the sound of my voice. I pray that you would give them a deep conviction to follow you and to live a righteous and holy and pure life. And any woman who is on OnlyFans who wants to get out of that, God, would you give her the strength to get out? Would you give her the faith to take that step, God, so that she can see a life that is going to be transformed by you, God? I pray that they would seek you on a daily basis through reading your word, through prayer, and through worship, and that they would see you transform their life, and that they would have a testimony for your glory in Jesus' name. Thank you so much for tuning into Uncensored with Brittni De La Mora. Again, make sure you subscribe to my channel and meet me in the comment section. I love to chat with you at the end of every single video. So I'll see you in the comment section. Have a great day.